This is the Crime Stopper room?
Yeah, this is it.
Oh, gosh.
Get him straight.
Where is this mystery object? Y'all got it?
It's around here.
I can't believe you didn't make your bed up.
Do they not make your bed?
No, I expected you to get up in the morning, make the bed up, and...
So Val tells me that y'all discovered this because of police ineptitude.
We told them that, that because of their allegations, they were going through the files, looking for some of that stuff and making sure everything was where it was supposed to be. And we pulled that out while we were going through there and were looking at it and saw those little red dots. And I said, y'all better test it.
Where was the blood, Brent?
Right there. 2 millimeters up.
They've had almost a year to investigate this case, and John Fogelman, I will tell you now, he needs to go into a new line of work. The infamous Inspector Gitchell is retiring, so John should take his position because he can solve crimes that nobody else can, because he decides, I think, let's see, murders occurred on May the 5th, 8 months later. You know, we ought to go check that lake out and find a knife.
And we'll find it in 1 hour.
And then let's see.
Without a metal detector.
We're in the middle of the trial. We're in the third week of trial. I think I'll just go check this necklace that is not a part of evidence. We're not intending on introducing it because how can we? Because we have rested our case in chief. So we're not going to introduce it into evidence. And so he decides one night, well, I think I'll just, there's some real red specks on there. I think we'll have it tested.
After you've rested your case, you find this miraculous blood. They call the judge up and say, Judge, we need a continuance. They don't call me, they don't call Rob, they don't call Val, they don't call anybody. They just get the continuance. They call the judge. You're not even supposed to do that. Everybody's supposed to be able to do it. It's supposed to be on the record. Court reporter's supposed to take it down. They got a continuance.
Wait.
They rested their case and they get a continuance. For what?
You know, this is like, you could tell this story to someone in another state, and they would say, well, you know, what's the punchline in a macabre, pathetic situation? Where are you going with this? No one would believe this whole...
Val's already said they won't be prepared to cross-examine, and they're objecting to us putting it on and then leaving it overnight.
There is no way that you can have this gap in time. I'm gonna tell you, there's all kinds of problems, John. You got a jury, some jury members came up there this morning and don't know what they were told.
Other people called in and said don't come in because of what they heard on TV. And then Jim Taylor's telling it exactly like it is on TV.
Yeah. I'd like to know where he got that.
Val said, they said, no court tomorrow, jurors, you don't come in, and then right after that.
The reason is they're waiting on further testing from genetic design as to whether or not there's blood found on a necklace worn by Navy Nichols the night of his arrest that matches the victim's. Now that's somebody told him straight up.
I agree with you, but it didn't come from us. The juror kind of overhears that walking by a TV or something.
Oh, sure.
And then it doesn't come back. You know, then it hurts us.
Obviously, it hurts us to even have the rumor out there. I don't know why. I just didn't know.
They ran something on one of the Memphis stations where they ran it on Channel 8.
But they didn't run.
Well, they called me and asked me 100 times to confirm or deny. And I said, well, you just ought to watch Channel 8. They seem to know what they're talking about. What difference does it make now? It's out. What difference does it make?
So, y'all waiting for a phone call?
In fact, I'm getting kind of close to 5 o'clock out there.
It's 4:45 their time.
This is John Fogelman. Got anything to report? Okay. Yeah. Mm-hmm. You got to go to the lab, and he says he can probably tell me.
Oh, God.
Fogelman, you don't need to run for judge.
Why?
You need to take Gitchell's position. You need to be the new inspector.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Okay. Mm-hmm. Well, I think you need to keep telling the media that because it really ought to come in court. Well, I understand. Right. They're gonna keep hounding you. Well, yeah, that's Channel 8. Now, if you could just tell them to refer all questions to us or somebody, and of course what we're gonna do is say we can't comment. Okay. Oh, I understand. Okay.
No.
All right, thank you, Mike.
We're gonna have them evidence on my glasses.
Well, of the 2 DNA types, there's more on there from Damien. And on the D1S80 test, they were able to get Damien's amplified, but on the other one, all they can get is the DQ alpha, which matches Stevie and it matches Jason.
Or 10% or 11%
What's
of the population.
the percentage? 10.11%.
11%.
The question becomes now, should it go on when you got Damien's blood on it and you don't really know whose the other blood is? You can't say definitively.
I think the key fact is that there is evidence from which the jury could infer that it's Stevie's blood.
I think all they're told is it could be, all they should be told is that it is branches.
It shouldn't be any of this that it matches Jason's blood too.
I guarantee you we are not going to even suggest that blood could be anybody else's other than Stevie's. Now, I imagine that from Val and Scott's standpoint, what they will want to do is to argue is, look, Jason and Damien are close associates, and that could be Jason's blood, and even if it said that it could be Jason's blood, that wouldn't be any evidence against Jason.
Oh, it will be, John. It will be.
Come on, John.
I don't understand. I mean, what?
The only thing I see is...
But y'all get up here and argue that.
No, we wouldn't. We'll agree not to do that.
Yeah. You'll agree that you will not argue that it could be Jason's blood.
No, we'll argue it's Stevie's blood.
Yeah. If Damien gets up and wants to start sticking it that it could be Jason's blood, that's severance issues.
Well, how does it incriminate Jason?
It incriminates him in the sense that...
It joins them at the hip.
Sure.
It's like, you know, these guys are such bosom buddies that they got blood on each other's necklaces.
Well, to say
And
that
that
it could be a friend of Damien, it could be somebody else's, and it just so happens that his best friend's at the same time.
That's what y'all gonna be. That's the
We're
argument.
not going to argue that.
Well, sure you do. I mean,
The thing that really bothers me is that if this evidence if you'd have known about this evidence 2 months ago, and there's a better argument for severance.
fight's gonna be right now between us. Now we're fighting now.
Now we're gonna fight each other.
We're gonna be fighting them.
They're gonna want to say it's Baldwin's blood.
And y'all gonna.
We're gonna say we don't want it to be Baldwin's blood. When they start offering evidence against us, that's what a severance is about.
See, of course, and I understand I'm looking at it from a different perspective, but I don't see that as being evidence against you.
Then you get to the overall problem, though, John, is that, you know, is this one of those kind of situations where now the blood's gone now, it's a dead issue, correct?
See, now we can't do anything with it.
So I mean, it seems to me like you've almost got a 403 situation, and none of it comes in because the test doesn't tell us enough. So it's definite. The blood's gone, and that's just definite finding.
Yeah.
I mean,
there's
nothing else.
He didn't indicate that he had.
Y'all hadn't found anything else that y'all are gonna pull on us tomorrow or Friday that y'all have got waiting on results on? No. Haven't gotten your magnifying glass out and found anything else, have you?
The tests they're running on this necklace, the tests are destructive. Once they run this amplification test, the blood's gone. It can't be ever tested again. We didn't even have a chance to talk to the judge before they ran this test. To say, wait a minute, Judge, you think we could go out and get an expert from another laboratory and come in and monitor the test and make sure that they do these things? We haven't had fairness in this case from day one. We haven't had fairness in this case from the day they got a search warrant. We haven't had fairness from day one concerning the just numerous motions we filed. There hasn't been a fair day in this case.
Of course, it couldn't have been a better type necklace. What is it? That looks sort of like what the executioner carried around, doesn't it?
We all agree to sequestering the jury if we got to go to Monday?
They've got all the evidence. The community's got all the evidence. Everything's out. Everything is out. This is the time that they are deliberating. Normally,
I would like, of course, I'd like to know too, because I'd like us to get the thing done tomorrow. I'm tired of this case.
I'm gonna look at my house.
I'll see y'all tomorrow. All right.
I think they just say it's 1 out of 11 or
Mm-hmm.
deal with it like that. It's still good.
Mm-hmm.